What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy E.L. back with another reaction video. Guys, here we are reacting to someone new. I've never heard of him, so let's do the new artist or person dance. He looks like a comedian up there, so I think we got George Carlin talking about religion is BS. I'm very intrigued to hear this. So we're going to jump in, but before we do, this is a Patreon request from the Sailboat on Patreon. Shout out to them for this. But before we jump into it, I need you guys to subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, give the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon off top. You're subscribed and you have it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me, shoot me. I talk back. If you got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon and make a suggestion, or in the description section there's a Google form link. What we got, George?
But in the bullshit department, a businessman can't hold a candle to a clergyman. Because I got to tell you the truth, folks. I got to tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe. In awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. No contest.
My guy said businessman got nothing on the clergy, man. There is no contest for all these promises that you promise that are untrue. What?
Religion.
Talk about them, George.
No contest. No contest. Religion easily has the greatest bullshit story ever told. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish, where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
Oh snap! Okay, George gonna go there today. George go. Okay, I feel that though. I know what I'm saying, because I've always thought like they say God loves us more than our parents like ever could, like 10 times, 100 times more than a parent ever could. But I was like, a parent, no matter what you do, like most parents, I won't say 100% of parents, but they like no matter what you do, they wouldn't stop loving you. You feel me? Like they wouldn't, if they had a choice to send you to hell or not, like a parent wouldn't send you there no matter what you did. Like you might murder someone, a parent ain't gonna snitch on you to go to jail, he gonna turn you in to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I feel what he said right there. But keep it going. Keep it going.
But he loves you. He loves you. He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions of dollars. They pay no taxes and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
Oh, every day. I won't blame God for that, though. I blame, you know what I'm saying? That's on the churches. That's a good point. You make a good point.
Bullshit George. Story. Holy shit. Thank you. But, thank you. Thank you very much. But I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I gotta tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth,
Yes.
poverty, torture,
Yes.
crime, corruption, and the ice capades. Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of shit you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude. And just between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago. And by the way, I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, that if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever fuck things up like this.
I do believe in God, you know what I'm saying? Because when you think of all the reasons that I wouldn't believe and I've thought about, I'm like, I don't know, the way things just there's no way a universe just popped out of nowhere. There's no way planets just popped out of nowhere and this planet is just livable for human beings, right? And all these other planets are not. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like something had to create everything. Now, I don't believe in a lot of these, a lot of the ways people preach about God, or you know what I'm saying? And so I think I don't know the word that I'm looking for. Gosh, what is that word? I'll find it. Keep it going. So the way that people portray God, I'll say portray because I can't think of the other. The way people portray God, I think that's where it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But I believe somebody had to create all of this. I don't think everything just popped out of nowhere. I don't believe we came from monkeys because they're still monkeys. Like, did some monkeys just not pass the evolution test? So I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? But all right, my bad. Keep it going.
No woman could or would ever fuck things up like this. If there is a God, I think most reasonable people might agree that he's at least incompetent and maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Which I admire in a person and which would explain a lot of these bad results. So rather than be just another mindless religious robot, mindlessly and aimlessly and blindly believing that all of this is in the hands of some spooky, incompetent father figure who doesn't give a shit, I decided to look around for something else to worship, something I could really count on. And immediately, I thought of the sun. Happened like that. Overnight, I became a sun worshiper. Well, not overnight. You can't see the sun at night. But first thing the next morning, I became a sun worshiper. Several reasons. First of all, I can see the sun. Okay? Yeah. Unlike some other gods I could mention, I can actually see the sun. I'm big on that. If I can see something, I don't know, kind of helps the credibility along, you know? So every day I can see the sun as it gives me everything I need: heat, light, food, flowers in the park, reflections on the lake, an occasional skin cancer, but hey, at least there are no crucifixions, and we're not setting people on fire simply because they don't agree with us. Sun worship is fairly simple. There's no mystery, no miracles, no pageantry, no one asks for money, there are no songs to learn, and we don't have a special building where we all gather once a week to compare clothing. And the best thing about the sun, it never tells me I'm unworthy. Doesn't tell me I'm a bad person who needs to be saved. Hadn't said an unkind word. Treats me fine. So I worship the sun. But I don't pray to the sun. Know why? I wouldn't presume on our friendship. It's not polite. I've often thought people treat God rather rudely, don't you? Asking trillions and trillions of prayers every day, asking and pleading and begging for favors. Do this, give me that, I need a new car, I want a better job. And most of this praying takes place on Sunday, his day off. Not nice. And it's no way to treat a friend. But people do pray, and they pray for a lot of different things. You know, your sister needs an operation on her crotch. Your brother was arrested for defecating in a mall. But most of all, you'd really like to fuck that hot little redhead down at the convenience store. You know, the one with the eye patch and the club foot, huh? Can you pray for that? I think you'd have to. And I say, fine, pray for anything you want. Pray for anything. But what about the divine plan? Remember that? The divine plan. Long time ago, God made a divine plan. Gave it a lot of thought, decided it was a good plan, put it into practice. And for billions and billions of years, the divine plan has been doing just fine. Now you come along and pray for something. Well, suppose the thing you want isn't in God's divine plan. What do you want him to do? Change his plan? Just for you? Doesn't it seem a little arrogant? It's a divine plan. What's the use of being God if every rundown schmuck with a $2 prayer book can come along and fuck up your plan? And here's something else, another problem you might have. Suppose your prayers aren't answered. What do you say? Well, it's God's will. Thy will be done. Fine, but if it's God's will and he's going to do what he wants to anyway, why the fuck bother praying in the first place? Seems like a big waste of time to me. Couldn't you just...
It's a good point. It's a good point. Oh, my interpretation is that, know what I'm saying? Mine is that he wouldn't interfere down here. Because if he interfered down here, there's no way a loving God, right? There would be all this disease and everything, right? So I believe he doesn't interfere while we're on earth. And free will means that we're free to make our own choices. And there's not like a set path for us to follow. Like, we're free to do what we want down here. And what we want, our actions down here, know what I'm saying, are judged in the afterlife. No, you feel me? And so I think down here, it's on you. It's on. Know what I'm saying? I think he's watching, but I think I don't think he's interfering. That's what I think. I'm no pastor. I didn't go to any kind of school to study, but that's just what I think. Because I'm like, if he interfered, like, there's no way that he would allow like all cancer and all this disease, and that's what I think. But a lot of people would probably tell you different. Keep it going, my guy. This guy's funny. He said, if it's God's will, if it's his plan, then what are you praying for anyway?
In the first place. Seems like a big waste of time to me. Couldn't you just skip the praying part and go right to his will? It's all very confusing. So to get around a lot of this, I decided to worship the sun. But as I said, I don't pray to the sun. You know who I pray to? Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Two reasons. First of all, I think he's a good actor, okay? To me, that counts. Second, he looks like a guy who can get things done. Joe Pesci doesn't fuck around. Doesn't fuck around. In fact, Joe Pesci came through on a couple of things that God was having trouble with. For years, I asked God to do something about my noisy neighbor with the barking dog. Joe Pesci straightened that cocksucker out with one visit. It's amazing what you can accomplish with a simple baseball bat. So I've been praying to Joe for about a year now, and I noticed something. I noticed that all the prayers I used to offer to God and all the prayers I now offer to Joe Pesci are being answered at about the same 50% rate. Half the time I get what I want, half the time I don't. Same as God, 50-50. Same as the four-leaf clover and the horseshoe, the wishing well and the rabbit's foot. Same as the mojo man. Same as the voodoo lady who tells you your fortune by squeezing the goat's testicles. It's all the same, 50-50. So just pick your superstition, sit back, make a wish, and enjoy yourself. And for those of you who look to the Bible for moral lessons and literary qualities, I might suggest a couple of other stories for you. You might want to look at The Three Little Pigs. That's a good one. Has a nice, happy ending. I'm sure you'll like that. Then there's Little Red Riding Hood, although it does have that X-rated part where the big bad wolf actually eats the grandmother, which I didn't care for, by the way. And finally, I've often always drawn a great deal of moral comfort from Humpty Dumpty. The part I like the best, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's because there is no Humpty Dumpty and there is no God. None, not one, no God, never was. In fact, I'm gonna put it this way. If there is a God, If there is a God, may he strike this audience dead. See, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everybody's okay. All right? Tell you what. I'll raise the stakes. I'll raise the stakes a little bit. If there is a God, may he strike me dead. See? Nothing happened. Oh, wait. Got a little cramp in my leg. And my balls hurt. Plus, I'm blind. I'm blind. Oh, now I'm okay again. Must have been Joe Pesci, huh? God bless Joe Pesci. Thank you all very much. Joe bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh man, I feel that. I was just. I think there's too many interpretations of the Bible, too many interpretations of God, and so it makes it hard for a lot of people, like to believe in one true God. You feel me? When so many different cultures, so many different races pray, you know what I'm saying? So many different people pray to different gods. And so I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I know about any of it. That's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video you want to hear me react to? You can subscribe to Patreon, leave a suggestion, or in the description section there's a Google form link. Hit the link, fill out your suggestion, send it to me. You want me to get to yours faster than others? Fill out premium, but make sure you hit subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Follow the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D. Out.